So Tottenham win and they go second. But this penalty, this Kane Lallana, has provoked as much debate as anything I can remember in the last few years. Not just here, social media, you know, other bits of the broadcast media and the journalism media that we work in this country and abroad. Really, I'm fascinated by what everybody says here, particularly the old wizened pros next to me.
I think it's a foul. I think it's a foul. I think he's perfectly entitled to move into his ground as he wants to. It's not like the one we talked about earlier with Cresswell, where Cresswell, he definitely makes it back. I think Lallana, the only thing he's got to do, he's got to win the ball. He's got to head the ball. That's his only get out of jail card there.
Lallana got to win the... OK.
Once he doesn't win the ball, it's got to be a foul.
Interesting that Lallana's only got his eyes on the ball. He never takes his eyes off the ball.
I think that's...
I'm playing the counter-argument here, and that Kane steps into Lallana's space.
Yeah, but as we will watch as the programme unfolds, there's a number of penalties been given this weekend where players only have their eyes on the ball and they're not aware of other players that suddenly come into the...
So the players that come into view, let's say Harry Kane on this occasion, he kind of goes into the line of where Lallana wants to go.
He does, yeah.
And stops Lallana from getting the ball, so therefore gets fouled. But Kane's not gone for the ball either.
No.
So you've got Kane who, like Lallana, gives a free kick away. It's a penalty. I agree, it's a penalty. If he heads the ball, it's no penalty.
Yeah, I agree on that.
But what has Kane done?
Yeah. He's taken a different position on the field. It's very much like Bellerin. Bellerin went into a space to prevent Pogba getting there.
No, but Bellerin's gone for the ball. Kane's made no attempt to go for the ball.
I think Harry Kane's protecting his space. Harry Kane's very clever. I used to try and do this. See a player like Lallana, and Lallana's only got eyes on the ball. If I'm where Dion is, and Lallana's looking at the ball, Harry Kane knows he's there, so Harry Kane's using his intelligence, and he steps into the space. Then Lallana, who's got eyes on the ball, doesn't see Harry Kane, and he goes for, and then he knees him in the back. It's clever from Harry Kane.
And I think there's a definite pattern. That's my point exactly. There's a definite pattern this weekend. As I say, as the programme unfolds, you will see Callum Wilson, you will see Grealish. They're all fouls where the player that commits the foul is not aware where that player was. He just takes that space.
And Adam Lallana will be devastated as well, because Adam Lallana's not a clumsy player.
No.
So he's been outfoxed.
Yes.
That's what will hurt Lallana.
So you're saying it's savvy from Kane? Is that what we're saying? It's clever from Kane.
If Kane's got no intention of going for the header,
which he hasn't.
He hasn't.
No.
Absolutely. Yeah. He steps in front of Lallana, so he's just basically stepping in a yard in front of him. And then Lallana has jumped very early. So once Lallana's got his eyes on the ball, and Kane's probably half a yard out of his path, once Lallana's in the air, Kane then steps across him, creates contact.
What I find about that, Durham, is that if Kane's going into the line of where Lallana wants to go, he's going to obstruct Lallana doing what he wants to do without having any intention of getting the ball at all. So what I'm trying to say is,
why is it not obstruction?
Why is it not obstruction or a free kick to Lallana, who's only got eyes for the ball? Harry Kane's taking him away from that line, making sure that he gets fouled, but the ball's over there.
Yeah.
So Harry Kane's not gone for the ball, he's gone for Lallana.
Yeah, but Harry Kane... See, the difficulty is, Dion, that Harry Kane is moving into a space on the pitch which is unoccupied.
To do what?
Well, you don't have to do anything. I mean, you can go and stand anywhere you want on the pitch. It's not an offence. The offence is, does he initiate contact with Lallana? No, because he's gone into a free space at the time. He knows Lallana's going to come there, I get that. But if you look, Harry Kane's watching the ball at this point.
Well, he's had to. Now he's having another look.
Now he realised where he is. But
are you sorry, Dub? I think a lot of people would take issue that he has not initiated contact with Lallana there.
Well, he's gone to a free space, hasn't he?
No, but he keeps moving though. He doesn't stop Harry Kane there, does he?
No,
I watch that very carefully. He doesn't stop. He keeps going.
I am with Durham though. I am with Durham. Harry Kane is only playing for that penalty. Stroke foul.
100%.
Yes. The only thing he's playing for.
Yeah.
I don't think he initiates the contact. I agree with Durham where I think he's stepping into a free space, which you're allowed to do. And then Lallana is already in the air.
But I know we're getting to the minutiae, but it's really interesting. My point, I think we're on the same side here, is if we look at that again, Harry Kane doesn't stop. Harry Kane is still moving. Look, watch Harry Kane. He is still moving when he and Lallana bump into each other, OK? He's not stopped. He's still moving. He's still moving. He's had another look at him. He's still moving. There, look.
He is, but he's allowed to move on the field, isn't he?
Sure, but my point is, I think, are we on the same side here?
Yeah,
that Harry Kane, has initiated that contact. That is as much obstruction from Harry Kane as a foul from Lallana.
Well, that then will reinforce why we have a neutral referee, because it becomes a subjective decision.
Yeah.
You know, we have a straw poll here, and we're going to disagree. We're going to healthily disagree because that's what football's about.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, in my day, play on. But now the referees have to make a decision.
You know that one. You know that one. Just to finish on this,
yes,
because we're quite.
We're 2v2, aren't we?
We're 2v2. But
Yeah.
big rugby fans as well.
Yes.
That's illegal.
You're a big rugby fan.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, that's illegal in
Absolutely.
isn't it? You cannot
That
tackle
is
a player.
that's
you
very
cannot tackle
dangerous.
a player who's in the air,
Yeah.
going
Absolutely.
to receive an up and under.
Absolutely, yeah.
So isn't that a similar thing, maybe?
Well, I think the difficulty is, Dion, as I said, that Kane, if you watch, he's looking at the ball. There's no doubt about that. You watch it through, he's looking at the ball. And then on his mind is, where is Lallana coming from? He looks, he sizes him up, and he knows he's already in the air. So he keeps moving sideways. That's all he's doing. He's moving into a free space. And Lallana has actually given him the opportunity to go into that free space. Suggests that the only thing Lallana can do then is head the ball.
Yeah.
If he heads the ball, the referee will play on. The minute he doesn't head the ball and he clatters him in the back, it's a foul.
Does Harry Kane stop him heading the ball?
Maybe so, but he's entitled to be in a free position on the field. And I think that's the problem.
It's a really,
start trying to catch my mate out.
It's a really interesting debate, and I think the one thing we will know is that if you two are players and I'm your coach, I'm saying when you jump with Harry Kane, you've got to keep your eye on him as much as the ball.
This is not just a Harry Kane thing.
No, I
This
know.
has been
Yeah,
going on
it's
for a long time.
It's a centre-forward thing. It's a centre-forward thing,
like
absolutely.
I said, Dion's not done it. It's not in his sort of makeup to do it, but I used to do
should have
that.
done. Yeah.
I used to do that. Step across defenders.
He didn't need to. He just headed it. He didn't worry about anybody else. Yeah. Right, Brighton penalty shout then. So we've dealt with that one. Healthy disagreement. Actually, I think it's really interesting what Dermot says. Subjective decision of the referee is what's absolutely vital here. And VAR is never going to overrule that. Brighton thought they should have had a penalty on their end. Matt Doherty on Trossard. Well, momentarily, Derm, I think, isn't it?
It has hold of him. Let's go of him very quickly. And I think what would sell to the referee, if you're pulling somebody back, it's not going to project them forward. And when Trossard goes forward, here, that would tell the referee.
Yeah.
It felt like that one there was a little bit of contact.
Yes.
But very brief.
I'm going to chance my arm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doherty actually, we always tell by the players, Doherty's gone like that. He's gone
Right to the corner.
He's gone like that. No one can see me. It's amazing. He just hides out the way. There's a little bit of contact there, isn't there? You know, but he's not helped himself.
Brighton got an equaliser. This is really fascinating. Brighton did get an equaliser through Lamptey, who's a really good player. Seemed to be a foul from on Højbjerg in the build-up, didn't they? Which Graham Scott went and checked.
Yeah.
Solly March on Højbjerg.
Yeah, I'm a bit bothered about trying to explain this because I've got a taxi leaving at 4.
Yeah.
I think you can wrap this up quite quickly, Derm. I think it's pretty straightforward.
It's however you wrap it up, whatever kind of gift wrapping you put on, that is not only a foul in my opinion, but it's a yellow card. I don't know what the referee was thinking at the time, only he knows. What I would say is, in this day and age, the VAR, John Moss, has absolutely thrown him a lifeline, which in my days I would have just grabbed hold of. He's gone to the VAR. While you're walking across, you'll be thinking in your head alarm bells. Why has he sent me across? There's got to be. So my advice to Graham Scott, you know, he can take it or leave it, would be go with an open mind. And the reason I say that, I think that if you've watched something the amount of times he did, because he watched that 16 times. You only have to watch that twice. You watch the first shot where he is, and you watch the second shot from behind where you see the scissors, and that would tell you. And I think when you watch it over and over and over again, you're actually thinking, I've got to spot something to back myself.
Yeah. Is he actually looking for something that's not even there? Because when commentating on this, look at the revolutions on the ball as well. They don't change.
No.
So there's no contact on the ball. So
but even if there's a tiny bit of contact, it's immaterial, isn't it? As we've often said.
So you're watching Graham Scott now, and he's watching the VAR. At this point, I'm saying in commentary now, that should be enough. There's no contact on the ball. it's a foul, and you can just see him here. I think he says to Harry Kane.
Yeah, because Harry Kane goes, surely it's a foul, and he goes a little bit on the ball.
I think he says to Harry Kane, just a little bit. But I think,
little bit on the ball.
I think he says there, Graham Scott. I think, doesn't he? So I think he got a little bit. So we've got to take the referee on his face value and what he thinks he's seen at the monitor. Yeah. I just had the impression, because it took such a long time, and he was looking for things that weren't there.
Yeah.
I think he got a little bit scrambled.
Yeah. I think, Don, what it is it's justification, isn't it? You know, it's a big decision that the referee feels he's gone across. And I'm serious about this. In my day, if somebody sent me to the monitor and I'd go, oh, wow, Dion, thanks very much. You bailed me out there.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, as I said to you earlier before, you look and look and look, it's almost like you're trying to justify your on-field decision. And that's not what it's there for.
And he was actually closer to the live incident than he was to
it was too close.
Hey, I would say too close.
Too close.
He was too close.
That's why Chris isn't here. That's why we've been Chris.
Might have had a pencil view of it. That's why
pencil view.
And then Gareth Bale got the winner. Actually, it's a winner fashioned in Madrid, wasn't it?
It was.
Reguilón to Bale.
Yeah, started from Alderweireld.
Yeah, that was a great pass, wasn't it?
Great in 60-yard pass, drops inside on his right foot. It was the first time in the game, I think Webster just lost Gareth Bale, but the three centre-halves for Brighton were exceptional. And I think Webster's just guilty of ball watching. Does he mean that header, Dion?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does, because when the ball, it's really odd, but when the ball's going in, swinging towards the goalkeeper, as it was, when it's going in towards the goalkeeper and you head it, you kind of, a bit technical, you have to overhead. So you have to it's like you're going into that far post, because the ball's spinning a certain way. Yeah. And for him to put it in that near post is a very, very difficult finish. He's only about a yard inside the near post, so to put it in the near post. Yeah.
A little word on Brighton, they were brilliant in the game, you know. I mean, Tottenham didn't play well. Every single player, midfield players, top end of the pitch for Tottenham, were kept very quiet. Lallana, Lamptey, best two players on the pitch.
Just didn't have a cutting edge, did they, Brighton?
Well, he dropped more pace. He said for
the squad,
for tactical reasons.
It must be more than that, surely.
That's what I thought, because tactical, if you're going with Trossard as a false nine, you'd still have more pay on the bench. Weren't even on the bench.
No, absolutely. But Tottenham up to second, so they're in a good run, and Bale scores. Right, Aston Villa.